Ever pondered the question, how many squirrels would it take to defeat the world's strongest man? No? Well, today, we're going to explore just that. Now, when we think of the world's strongest man, we're talking about a person who can lift over 1,000 pounds, who can pull an airplane, and whose muscles ripple like a mountain range. This is a person who can endure intense physical strain for extended periods. Truly, a titan amongst men. On the other hand, we have the humble squirrel. Now, don't be fooled by their cute, fluffy exterior. These little critters are nimble, agile, and quick as a flash. They can scurry up trees in the blink of an eye and leap distances 10 times their body length with the greatest of ease. They may not possess the raw strength of our human Hercules, but what they lack in brawn, they make up for in brains and agility. Now, imagine these two unlikely adversaries in a face-off. The world's strongest man, towering and intimidating, against an army of tiny, agile squirrels. It's a David versus Goliath scenario, only this time David is a multitude of bushy-tailed rodents. How would the squirrels even begin to take on such a formidable foe? Well, they would have to use their numbers to their advantage. A single squirrel would stand no chance, but a horde of them, that's a different story. They could swarm, overwhelm, distract, and even target vulnerable areas. The strongest man's eyes, for instance, could be a prime target for these quick-footed critters. But it's not just about attacking. The squirrel's agility and speed would allow them to evade blows, to climb and leap away from danger. Their small size would make them a difficult target to hit. And let's not forget, even the strongest man has his limits. He would tire eventually, and that's when the squirrels could really turn the tide. So, who would win in this bizarre battle of man versus nature? Well, dear listener, let's delve deeper. A single squirrel may not be a formidable foe for the world's strongest man, but what about a legion of them? Now let's consider this. Squirrels, those tiny acrobatic furballs, are known to be quite the team players when it comes to gathering food and building nests. But what if they were to leverage this teamwork in, let's say, a rather unusual situation, a face-off against the strongest man on Earth? A lone squirrel wouldn't stand a chance, but a group, a large, well-coordinated group, could certainly be a game-changer. Imagine hundreds, no, thousands of them, swarming in from all directions. It would be a spectacle to behold. And here's where it gets interesting. Our furry friends are not just about numbers and distractions, they have a strategy. Going for the eyes first, a classic diversion tactic. It's a bold move, but it could potentially level the playing field. A swift strike to the eyes would not only surprise the strongest man, but also hinder his ability to fight effectively. And while he's busy swiping at his face, the rest of the squirrel squad could move in, using their sheer numbers to overwhelm him. It's a battle of strength against strategy, of brawn against brains. And as we all know, in the right circumstances, brains can triumph over brawn. With a well-planned strategy and the right numbers, these squirrels might stand a chance. But how long could the world's strongest man hold out? The world's strongest man might be a titan of strength, but every titan has its limits. How long could he withstand an onslaught of squirrels? Now, let's delve into the endurance of our brawny champion. He's a prime specimen, yet the human body can only take so much. When pitted against a relentless wave of squirrely adversaries, factors such as fatigue, distraction, and potential injuries come into play. Imagine the scene, the strongest man standing tall, muscles rippling, ready for the fight. However, the human body, even one as formidable as his, can only endure for so long. As the minutes pass, his punches become slower, his movements less precise. The sweat begins to pour, blurring his vision, the fatigue creeping in like an unwelcome guest at a party. Meanwhile, our squirrel army, tiny and unassuming, are in it for the long haul. Their boundless energy knows no bounds. They dart around, a blur of fur and claws, never tiring, never faltering. With their small size and fast movements, they could easily overtake our strongest man, nibbling at his ankles, distracting him, wearing him down. A squirrel doesn't know the meaning of the word quit. And then there are the potential injuries. A poke in the eye here, a scratch there, each one a minor inconvenience, but together they add up. So, even the world's strongest man has his limits. And when facing an army of squirrels, he might just meet his match.